Well, I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. It's from the book, but this is a family that I knew in the Midwest. Their son, he was 14 when this was happening, and he was really physically strong. He was super hulky strong. And he'd come home from school every afternoon, just absolutely ready to blow. And he'd come in, and his mom would be worried, "How are you?" And he'd be mean mouth and, upset. And he'd go in his room, slam the door, and he'd destroy his room. And his mom got really sick of this after a while. She was like, "Oh, holy moly." So she met him one day at the door of the house. They lived on some farmland in the Midwest, and she met him at the door, and she handed him a peanut butter sandwich, and she said, "Look, I can see already, school, you're not happy. Okay, eat this, but stay out here. I'm not letting you in until you've eaten your sandwich." And she locked the door. She went around to the picture window, and she watched to see what was happening. Stuffs the sandwich in his face, just wolfs it down. And then he just got really ticked off, and he went and he started picking up boulders in the family's yard and throwing them to the ground. And he was just hurling these boulders to the ground. And he was really, forceful and scary, right? But he's hurling these boulders around, and he went on for 45 minutes, most people would be like, they'd be finished at 10 minutes. 45 minutes later, he's still hurling boulders. So she went out in the yard and she went, "You are so strong. Look at you. You know what? If you can lift those, you could make a rock wall. We could have a rock wall. Could you do it over here?" And she positioned him at one part of the yard, and he built a stone wall all around the front portion of their yard, not their entire farmland, but their main big yard and garden, a stone wall. He showed pictures of it at a conference. This kid grew up and he became a radiology technician. And the way he got through his training as a radiology tech, he showed me. He had all these little journal books that he'd filled with pictographs. And he made a pictograph of every one of the procedures and the name of it underneath. He made his own radiology encyclopedia for all of the procedures he had to do with all of his patients. He had full fetal alcohol syndrome. He was extremely friendly. And he learned exactly what the ritual was that you do in taking photographs, in doing the radiology work. And he was great. He was a radiology tech. That was his job.